Hey guys, this is James Ballard from wildwings.co.uk, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the rolling Harrier. So videos you need to previously have seen is the slow roll, where you're going to slow roll like this, and the rolling circle, because then you know how to slow roll and go around in a circle. And this move is very similar to the rolling circle, except for the fact you're going to be in a Harrier type position. So you're going to be slowly rolling in this type of position, where the nose is diagonal, 45 degrees, and you're going to be turning in a circle, like that. Okay, so let's break this down and look at what we need to do. First of all, how do we enter this manoeuvre? Again, there's always a couple of different ways you can enter the manoeuvre. You can either go from horizontal flight, start spinning straight into it like that. You can go from a Harrier, so almost at a prop hang, so you're nearly at a prop hang, and then start spinning it. And I'm sure there's other ways. Those are the two main ways, okay? I would be tempted to try and do a prop hang type start. So come in level flight, low power, bring the tail down, and now at this point, instead of putting lots of power on and full elevator to whip the tail back down, at this point you're going to put on a bit more power, but then not any more elevator. You're going to start rolling and only reapply the elevator when you need to correct, to keep it in that 45-degree line. So let's assume this is how you're going to enter the manoeuvre. So you bring the tail down and then start going. First thing we want to look at is exactly how do we control it. So at this point, all you've done is bring the elevator, use the elevator to bring the tail down. So you're now at 45 degrees. You're now going to push forward. So you've got a bit more power on, and it's going to be going forwards like this. But you're going to start adding some aileron. First of all, you need to know which way you roll best. For me, it's left, so I'll put left aileron on. So I'm going to show you how to do it with the left aileron. And then I'll probably show you how to do it with the right aileron as well. So with the left aileron, let's see, it's going to start spinning left, like this, okay? So you want to keep it in a 45-degree angle. So as soon as you're at this point, okay, then it's the rudder that is going to be keeping it at the diagonal. So the first thing you're going to do, left aileron, brings you here. At this point, you're going to want to put on right rudder. So there you go, there's a tip. You start with the opposite rudder to the aileron you use. So if you use left aileron, as soon as the plane gets to this point, use the right rudder, okay? This will keep it. If you didn't do any more movements, you can keep the right rudder on, and with a little bit of correction, keep it in a knife edge. But we want to keep it rolling. So you keep the left aileron on, and now it's going to come over like this. Now as it's coming over, we're going to want less rudder, okay, because otherwise you're going to start turning like this. So less rudder and more down elevator to keep the plane up like that. Now it's not a case of take one off and put one on. They do mix. So if I now show you with the transmitter, the type of movements we're going to be looking at. So we already know when we're starting to bring it in, we're going to add some elevator. And then once we're in this position, we're going to add left aileron, and then as it spins over, right rudder. So you're going to use the opposite rudder to the aileron that you're rolling the plane with. As you get to this point, you're using the rudder to stabilise it, but then you want to add in the elevator to turn it. And at this point, you want the rudder to turn it and the elevator to stabilise it. So you're going to be bouncing backwards and forwards with the two going. So you've got the elevator stick, which is going to be constantly going left aileron, keep that on. It's going to be constantly going down elevator, up elevator, down elevator, up elevator, down elevator, up elevator. Okay, you're going to be constantly doing this. And with the rudder stick, you're going to have the power about half power. We don't want too much power because we don't want to shoot upwards, and we don't want too little power because we don't want to fall out of the sky. Usually about half power is right, okay? But it's actually similar to the prop hang in the way that you want the surfaces to move at the right time. And if you just keep one single power on, they will either roll too quickly all the time, or they'll not roll quick enough and you won't be able to roll the plane over. So it's a case of bursting the throttle again. So you put throttle on, just enough to whip it over, and as soon as it's turned over, you take throttle down, and then throttle up to whip it over again, and then throttle down. So if we look at this stick, okay, the left hand stick, we're going to have right rudder, right rudder, left rudder, but the throttle is going to be going throttle up, maybe 3/4 with the left rudder, and then down to maybe 1/4 with the right rudder. And it's going to be constantly going in this diagonal motion. Okay, so 3/4 power left rudder, 1/4 power right rudder. This is going to be happening at the same time as your up and down elevator. So what does it look like all at once? So if we do it from here, okay, so we're going to be going power, about middle power, elevator to bring the plane like this, full left aileron, start it spinning, and this is how you're going to be working it. So they're both going at exactly the same time. And if you get it just the right timing, it will bring the plane round in a circle. So let's go ahead and take a look at some slow motion footage. And do remember that practice does make perfect, and it takes a long time to get the timing right. So practice on the simulator, and also get a shocky again, because shockies are vital for advanced manoeuvres, learning them really, because you can just tape them back up again. So let's have a look at some slow motion footage, and this is really good footage actually, because you can see exactly when the surfaces are turning, and you can see exactly what's going on. So I'll talk you through exactly what's happening with the footage.